media landscape has dramatically changed over the last few years, fueled by digital and mobile technology. On PSFK.com each day, it's our job to track those changes, analyze them, and predict the future. One industry that has been dramatically affected by these changes is media buying. We decided to ask some of the key players in that industry to talk to us about what skills a digital media buyer would need today for a successful career.
Data is going to be a devastating tool to use in a marketer's tool belt. In fact, from a media perspective, media buying and what formerly passed as clout, which is basically tonnage, is really going to become less and less important as data becomes more and more important.
What's really interesting is when we look at things like print, we have people selling print not only just in magazines but also on tablets. So it creates this gray area between what traditional agencies own and what digital agencies should own. And the same thing happens with TV as well. If you look at connected TV, like Google TV for example, where do we play in that space, and then where do traditional TV buyers play in that space? So I think we're going to continue to see a lot of blurring between where offline and digital play, and there could be a really big land grab when it comes to different opportunities, because it's going to be really, really interesting.
I think the whole concept of media buying is going to be flipped on its head very, very soon because of this new need for content that clients have, and the whole idea of advertiser as publisher, right? And B, completely unrelated but on a collision course that's going to create this perfect storm, you've got this whole overlay of, like, this sounds so cheesy, but like this whole overlay of like virtual reality where, like, you know, you can walk down the street now and there's this whole other world that exists if you hold up your cell phone and point it at stuff. And you know, it's almost like if you were to live the world according to pop-up video right now, right? That's really what these smartphones and these cell phones are bringing to the table right now.
I would love to see more cross-platform on devices. I think there is with everybody having their iPhone and being connected to their computers, and now with the emergence of connected devices, I think it's going to be really interesting to see what publishers and partners can really make those connections and build the experience sort of around how these different devices work and how consumers consume their content differently on each of these devices. And it's, putting the right messaging in those areas.
I think that content creation is something that will grow enormously within the future. I think where we are now, there are a lot of opportunities available, and those are the opportunities that get our clients excited. It's moving beyond the traditional display banner. It's not a pop-up ad anymore, and you're able to integrate a brand within content that's extremely relevant to the brand and the community that it's within.
So at Digitas, we have a very simple premise, and that's that at the center of any experience is value. And value can take many forms. It can take the form of information, entertainment, a service, or a utility. But value needs to be present. And when value is present, the content or the experience can last a very long time, because the assumption is that we're refreshing that value as time goes on. But if you put something of value in front of a consumer, that consumer is going to want to interact with it more often than not. And if they're going to want to interact with it more often than not, they'll probably also want to share it. And if they share it, they're sharing it with their group of friends, or on Facebook, let's say. And maybe not more often than not, but oftentimes their friend base will have an interest in it. So keeping a tab on value and making sure that value is refreshed and is relevant to a constituency is how you keep things fresh in market and relevant.
In terms of secrets for success, it's important that digital media buyers follow the trends in the industry and the changes that are taking place.